What's going on, boy? We got a whole lot to talk about tonight. Shawn Porter, he beats Danny Garcia in a close decision. But we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to definitely talk about it. We got a lot to talk about. You got your boy Ugas, who looked good on the undercard. Fun fight between Konoski and Charles Martin. We're going to talk about all these fights, man. So we're going to go ahead and get the show started in a minute. But first things first, let me go ahead and let everybody know that we will be at the Box Fan Expo next weekend. All your favorite fighters are going to be there. So come check out the Box Fan Expo next weekend out here in Vegas. The same night as Canelo versus Golovkin rematch is going down like a plane crash, y'all. Yes, sir. Dante's Boxing Nation Radio live, baby. Yep. Let's go ahead and get this started, man. We ain't gonna be up here too late tonight, y'all. So just letting y'all know, if you guys do want to call in, we're about to go ahead and get it started. You guys don't want to miss tomorrow's radio show. Okay, tomorrow's radio show, we're gonna have a star-studded event. There's gonna be some champions in the building tomorrow, y'all. So you don't want to miss the radio show tomorrow. And hopefully YouTube get this streaming right, because I already see I don't have the best signal right now. That's YouTube. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this cracking, y'all. All right, give me one quick second, y'all. We about to get started right now. Once again, the number will be on the screen. If you guys want to call in, feel free to call in. Let me know who you thought won the fight. Let me know if you thought it was the right decision. Let me know what you think about Shawn Porter or Errol Spence getting in the ring and confronting your boy Shawn Porter. Let's go ahead and get it in, y'all. Once again, I ain't gonna be up too late. I just want to get my man's get y'all reaction and give you guys my take on the situation. Let's go ahead and get it started, y'all. What's going on, y'all? And welcome to another great edition of the Dante's Boxing Nation show. I am your host, Dante. Let me go ahead, first things first, let me go ahead and introduce my panelist. This man, he's a former fighter and a boxing writer for BoxingInsider.com. My man, Kirk Jackson, on the line. What's going on, Kirk?
What's going on, Dante? Great night tonight.
Great night, man. Great night. We had a whole bunch of fights. Amir Khan, he warmed it up. He warmed up the stage for the big boys on PBC. And, we had some other fights we're going to talk about. But let's just jump right into the main event, Kirk, and talk about that fight. And once again, guys, if you guys want to call in and give me your take on the fight, go ahead. The number is on the screen right there. But anyway, it kind of surprised me, Kirk, because I heard Shawn saying that he was going to surprise people and he was going to box and do this kind of stuff. But I think that's the reason why the fight was so close, because if Shawn Porter would have jumped on Danny from the get, I think he probably would have stretched his lead a little bit more. He made Danny Garcia real comfortable in those first 4 rounds, because that's what Danny wanted him to do. Danny didn't want Shawn Porter to bum rush him. He prefers a chess match because he's a counterpuncher. So, I mean, how much did that surprise you, Kirk, that Shawn came out trying to outbox him?
It surprised me a lot, and he actually alluded to it when he was interviewed by Jim Gray before the match. It definitely surprised me, and it threw Danny off too, to an extent, because if you look at the fight, Danny came in a little heavier than what he normally comes in as, and I think he came in heavier to prepare for the wrestling and the power that Shawn Porter has over him. Mm-hmm. So, as you mentioned, when he came in kind of boxing with Danny, letting Danny get comfortable, that kind of put him in the hole a little bit. But Shawn Porter, to his credit, was able to show adjustments and make those adjustments mid-fight and to finish strong to earn the decision.
Yeah. I mean, do you think Shawn Porter did better than expected, or I mean, what? Are you surprised that the fight was even close?
No, I mean, I had the fight. I mean, it was a pick and fight.
Yeah.
I think when we talked on the show last week, when the fight was announced, it was kind of like every day I felt a different way. One day I felt like Danny would win. One day I felt like Shawn would win. As the fight drew closer, I was leaning towards Shawn just because he's a little bit more versatile and he has better footwork. And he showed that tonight when he was, giving Garcia different angles. And whenever he would give him different angles and show that movement and use his jab, he made Garcia reset.
Yeah.
He can never set up and land a touch on the lane. So I think with Shawn, he showed that he's more than just a rough and grinding fighter. He showed his versatility.
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, Kirk, I mean, there's no doubt about it. To me, the performance of, or at least Danny Garcia's performance, was reminiscent of when he went up against Zab Judah, when he went up against Lamont Peterson. He comes out looking extremely sharp in the first half of the fight, and then in the second half, he starts to struggle. That's what we've seen in the Lamont Peterson fight, the Zab Judah fight. That's what we've seen in this fight right here against Shawn Porter. Once Shawn Porter, started to get more aggressive, it looked like Danny was just a little bit uncomfortable. But at the same time, I give Danny credit because he looked good in there, though. Danny did look good. Even in losing, I thought Danny looked really good in there. I mean, I was impressed with his speed because I thought going into this fight, Shawn had the speed edge. But I don't see it that way now. And it looked like whenever Danny wants to use his speed, he can use it. He just wasn't active enough. I thought it was impressive how he was turning Shawn when Shawn would try to get on the inside because I was expecting Danny to hold a lot more. But he didn't make it that much of an ugly type of Kell Brook type of clinch. He would tie him up, right, but he would do it smooth, though. He would turn him real quick, and he would get right back into fighting. With Kell Brook, he kind of relied solely on tying up Shawn Porter. And Broner did the same thing as well when he was fighting against Shawn Porter. So it was a good performance by both fighters. But now you got to deal with that damn truth. You got to deal with that #man-down, Errol Spence. Right. And you seen your boy get in the ring, man. But before you talk about that, let's go ahead and jump get onto these phone lines. Let's open up the phone lines. Let's see what we got over here. Okay, I know who this is right here. What's going on, Reggie?
Man, what's happening, Dante? Man, great fight tonight. Great fight, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, but can I give a moment of silence to Keith Thurman's career?
Oh, man.
I think it's over with, man.
You think it's over with? Why you say that?
I think it's over with, man.
Why you say that?
With him being in attendance and just how he was overshadowed. Him stepping in where he was doing the undercard fight, he was doing the commentary. And during the commentary, his whole speech was about him taking on the winner of tonight's fight. He was overshadowed tonight. Errol Spence took the moment in the post-fight. Errol Spence had a huge segment in that. It was like Keith Thurman is kind of a wash within boxing. His career is done. Man. Then now it comes up he has another injury. So, but R.I.P. to his career, man.
Hey, but I don't know, Reggie. I mean, we got to still see how he gonna look. We got to still see how he gonna look when he come back. So we still got to see that. But I'm telling you right now, man, the welterweight division is stacked like crazy right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Shawn Porter going up against Errol Spence next. That's gonna be fireworks for as long as it lasts. I definitely see a knockout in that fight. And I'm gonna leave it at that for now. But
I wouldn't count Shawn Porter short in that fight, man. Shawn
I'm not counting him out. I'm not counting him out at all.
He pulled off some different stuff, man. I wonder what the adjustments he'll make with that. He pulled off some real good stuff tonight, adjusting to what Danny had. He even showed that he can take a punch. Danny was hitting with some solid shots.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't budge, didn't do anything. Kind of ate it and kept moving.
I mean, he didn't always.
It was a great performance from both guys.
Yeah, and he didn't always had a good chin. I mean, that don't surprise me. He's always had a good chin. So yeah. I'm expecting a good fight. I mean, I'm not saying that I think that he's just gonna get destroyed. Or I could see the fight being competitive. Yeah. I definitely lean towards Errol Spence, but I can see the fight being competitive though. You know, so it'll be interesting. But hey, let's go ahead and take another call. I'm gonna get to another one. All right, Reg? You got anything else
right,
on
man.
that?
Good talk to you, man.
Oh, likewise.
Thanks for going live, too.
Likewise, fam. All right, catch up with you, man.
All right, now.
All right.
All right, for sure.
Yep. So, as you just heard, my man right there, Kirk, he said that he wouldn't be surprised if Shawn, I think Reggie said he wouldn't be surprised if Shawn even pull it off. You know what I mean? I mean, your thoughts.
I think Shawn Porter is a more difficult matchup for Errol Spence than Danny Garcia is.
Do you?
Just because of his footwork and the versatility of style. So I got Errol Spence winning. I think he's going to control the fight with his jab, and I think he's going to go to Shawn's body more effectively than Danny Garcia did. But we can never count out Shawn. I mean,
no doubt. No, you can't count him out. No, you can't count him out. You can't count him out. I mean, he was the underdog. He was the underdog in this fight right here, you know, and he pulled it off. It don't matter how close the fight was. He pulled it off. So yeah, there's no doubt about it. You know, he's definitely a live underdog in the fight, if you will. You know, and go ahead.
To what Reggie alluded to, I'm glad to see Keith Thurman though. I'm glad he came off that milk carton and made it appearance.
But see, and you know it's funny you just said that, because that's the same thing I was thinking, Kirk. I mean, the fact that he showed up, I'm glad that he showed up. You know what I mean? And coincidentally he was sitting right next to Errol Spence. I'm surprised Showtime didn't get that shot, but maybe Keith Thurman didn't want them to be taking pictures together. I don't know. But I think it's a good look. It's a good look for Keith Thurman for him to show up, though, man. It's a good look for him to show up. But man, I'm telling you, it's about to go down like a plane crash in that welterweight division. It's about to really go down. Man. Let's go ahead and take another call, man. Let's take another call. I appreciate you guys waiting on hold. Y'all see me rocking my DCN shirt today. That's right, Dante's Cooking Nation, baby. We was in heavy production today, getting them recipes out for y'all. So that channel going to be dropping soon. Dante's Cooking Nation all day. That's what it is. Okay, let me go ahead and go to these phone lines. Let's see what we got over here. All right. We got 206. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
Yeah, I'm calling from Welterweight, Washington State, not DC. Okay. And I watched the fight. I have respect for Shawn and stuff, but I don't give him respect for this fight. If he's a forward fighter, why at the 12th round you're going to hug Danny Garcia into the bell rings? I think Danny Garcia won that fight, because if he was doing those power punches, let's talk about Floyd Mayweather versus Maidana. Floyd did the same thing that Danny did to Porter. Hit him with the power punches. Didn't have that many punches, but had the power punches.
Well, the first thing I want to say is this fight could have went either way, so I don't even have a problem with you saying you thought Danny won. But I'm gonna let Kirk. He was about to say something, and I'm gonna finish my point. Go ahead, Kirk.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I'm with you. I think you can make an argument for Garcia winning, or an argument for a draw, or an argument for Shawn Porter. You're really not wrong with any way you slice it. Mm-hmm. I think with Danny Garcia, though, when comparing him to Floyd Mayweather's punches were much more accurate, and it's much like with him defensively, it's much more telling where he can dictate the pace a little bit more effectively than Danny Garcia could. Yeah. And I saw the shot.
You have to admit those punches were accurate. Like those were accurate as fuck.
Oh, they were accurate, but he just wasn't doing enough though. He wasn't doing enough of it though. That's I think that's what the judges was looking at.
Floyd wasn't either though. Floyd wasn't either in his fight with Maidana, the first fight. You know he wasn't. I think truly he lost that.
Which one?
I disagree with that.
Wait. Hold on. You think Floyd lost to Maidana, but you think Danny beat Shawn Porter? Is that what you just said?
I'm saying if you agree that Floyd had the best punches, then you should agree that Danny did too, and that truly that Danny won that fight. How does Shawn become a better fighter and he runs and holds the last round when he's about to get knocked?
Okay, you all over the place now, bro. Because I was kind of agreeing with you at first, but you kind of all over the place now. You said running
what I was saying is, No. I said Floyd did the same thing, and no one's talking mess. Which, in my eyes, I think he lost to Madonna.
In which fight? In which the first one or the second one?
The first one.
Okay.
The first one.
You think he lost the first one? But once again,
I think Danny Garcia threw more punches than Floyd did in that first fight.
Yeah, but you can't compare those two fights though. I mean, because Shawn Porter, he has a different style than Maidana. Danny Garcia has a different style than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather usually outlands everyone that he fights. You know, he usually outlands them. In this fight, the punch stats, they were extremely close. And matter of fact, Shawn Porter, I believe he threw a whole lot more punches. I don't know if he landed more. I got to go back to the punch stats. I'm gonna look him up. What's that?
He threw 207. He threw 207 more punches than Garcia did, but Garcia landed, I think, 36%, and Porter was 24%. And I think Garcia landed more power punches. So I mean, to your point,
exactly.
I agree with you. Right? No, I agree with you. Garcia was more accurate, and watching the fight, honestly, I was favoring Garcia a little bit, but I can't knock the decision because with how they scored the fight, you can go either way.
Yeah, and once again, the thing is, it's understandable to say the fight could have went either way, but when you start to compare it to Floyd Mayweather and say, and kind of make it seem like it's no way Shawn could have won. I mean, even Danny Garcia himself, he even said the fight was close. That was the first thing he said. And that's kind of an admission, you know, because no fighter's going to come out and say, yeah, I know I lost. You know, it takes a real honest man to say that. But when you open up the interview and the first things that come out of your mouth is it was a close fight, that's pretty much being honest that even you believe the fight could have went either way. And that's really all we're saying. I'm just saying it could have went either way. I'm not saying that. I'm gonna end it
like this. Let's be real. Would you rather see someone who's more technically and hits on point than to see Shawn Porter versus Errol Spence, where Errol Spence beat Kell Brook and Kell Brook smashed Shawn Porter? Like
it's different
to
styles.
Me.
Well, I mean,
to me,
I'm
gonna end it like this because I know I'm about to get off. I respect what you're doing, Dante Boxing Nation, and all that shit, but. In my opinion, I just think Danny Garcia won, and keep doing what you do, and Deontay Wilder, all that.
I appreciate it, family. I appreciate it. Have a good one, man. Thanks for calling in.
Well, and also to add on, we also can't penalize Shawn Porter for not being as aggressive in round 12 as he was in some of the other rounds as well.
Yeah.
He lost the fight based on one round.
Yeah, I mean, and you can't accuse a fighter of running if he done threw 200 more punches. That's a hell of an athlete if you could pull that off. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that doesn't, I mean, and I used to say the same thing even with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, he would land more punches than his opponents. Ain't no way you could be running if you're landing more punches than him. You know what I mean? Because if you can do something like that, you are the greatest of all time. You know, those are like fantasy type stories right there. Like, you mean to tell me he could be running and still landing more punches? Go ahead, Kirk.
Well, that, and then the ring is closed off, so where he wanted to, and then also cut the ring off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Of course, that's an excuse. I mean, like I said, once again, man, you know, when it comes to the quote-unquote running, you know, that's a coincidental list versus hopeless thing. It just depends on who's doing the running. Because if the right person is moving around the ring, then they call it great boxing, you know. So yeah, we know what it is at the end of the day. Let me go ahead and take another call. Let me see. But you know, before I take another call, real quick, I want to say congratulations to Udonis Ugas, if I said his name right. He had a great performance against Nuevo. What was it? Nuevo, the man from Argentina. I'm forgetting a part of his last name. I just remember Nuevo. But
Baron Nuevo.
Yeah. But Udonis, he looked really good, and Nuevo, he froze up. He completely froze up. I think them body shots shook him up in the first couple rounds, and he never warmed up from there. I don't know if it was stage fright, his first fight in America, or them body shots just froze him up. What you think, Kirk?
Yeah, it was those body shots. He was eating them shots like, man. Like, I'm actually surprised it went to full 12. because the way he was going the first 3-4 rounds, I thought Ugas was going to get him out of there.
Yeah.
I think it was his first fight in the United States, and some body shots and counters. It froze him. He couldn't do anything.
Yeah, he couldn't do anything. He couldn't do anything. I want to go ahead and introduce one of the new lieutenants to that DBN Super Chat. We just got it back open. I had to enable it. I don't know why it went back to default settings or whatever. I guess I was gone too long when I was out of the country. But shout out to my man that's holding it down on that DBN tank, my man Drew. He said this was an okay fight by two guys who lost to Thurman and won't beat Crawford or Spence. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be an uphill battle against them cats. It's gonna be an uphill battle against them two cats right there. But I don't know, man. I think, but but that's a good win for Shawn Porter, man. That's a real good win on his resume to beat Danny Garcia, because Danny Garcia is not a pushover, and Danny Garcia looked way better than he looked against Brandon Rios. So he did, right? He did step his game up, no doubt about it. He stepped his game up. I guess he was underestimating Brandon Rios, if you will, in that fight. Let me go.
Quite a step. Danny Garcia has an underrated resume. I think he's got 11 or 10 world champions he's beaten.
Yeah.
And quiet as kept, Shawn Porter has a really underrated resume. I mean, he Alexander Malinaji, he fought Kell Brook in a tough fight, fought Keith Thurman in a tough fight, beat Garcia.
Yeah.
He's got a really solid resume.
He has a great resume. I mean, yeah, but like I said, man, everything is shaping up well. I'm glad that they let Errol Spence get in the ring. That was the highlight of the night, or one of the highlights of the night. And I'm glad. I like how Errol put it. He said, I'm calling you out just like you jumped in the ring and called out Danny Garcia. So I like that, man. I like that, man. It's going down. It's going down. And that fight, my prediction right now, it won't go the distance. That fight ain't going the distance. You know what I mean? We going to see some emotional, and I ain't going to get into it. I ain't going to go too deep right now.
I'm gonna do Mr. T. I predict pain.
You predict pain. Yeah.
Pain.
He gonna be up in that Errol Spence. He might be in that basement, boy. Getting them upside down sit-ups cracking like your boy Clubber. You know what I mean? So that's what that is. And shout out to my man Drew again. I appreciate the love, fam. Up in the super chat section, like I said, we just got it back open. We had two great shows in the super chat section. It wasn't open for whatever reason. Like I said, it wasn't enabled. But my man Drew, he said Porter catches one of those Spence body shots or hooks to the face, he's going down or losing his losing his retina. I can see that. Because we know that your boy Errol Spence, he trying to collect retinas, he trying to collect eye sockets and all that stuff. Word to Kell Brook, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, this is the type of fight, where I wouldn't be surprised if trainers gotta come, jump in the ring and be like, that's enough for you. So we gonna see though. We gonna see. But Errol, Shawn Porter, he's already expecting this. He knows he's going to be an underdog. I thought it was kind of funny, Kirk, how I thought it was funny how Shawn, he looked at Jim Gray and he said, Jim, do I look scared? Do I look like I'm bothered? Do I look like I just thought it was an interesting thing for him to say, So, yeah, man, he the boogeyman.
It was funny how Errol got in the ring looking like Debo.
Yeah, because, he sure did. He looked like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar standing next to Shawn Porter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
he was towering over him.
And even before they interviewed him, in the background, you can see him kind of towering over Shawn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He just kept walking back. Yeah, he was towering over him. I mean, you just don't want. Go ahead.
Oh no! I'm like, man, that's tough, man. That's intimidation right there.
Uphill battle, man. Uphill battle. Let's go back to the phone lines. Once again, y'all, stay tuned for that channel. I'm rocking the shirt for everybody just tuning in right now. DCN, Dante's Cooking Nation. We was in heavy production today, and in the kitchen, wrist twisting like it's stir fry. It was going down, y'all. So yeah, we're gonna be dropping them videos real soon on that new channel, y'all. So stay tuned for that. If y'all want to know how I get this gumbo and these tacos and red beans and rice cracking right on Dante's Cooking Nation, yes sir. So anyway, hey, let's go ahead and go back to the phone lines, man. Let's see what we got over here. Okay, we got 910. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
Yeah, this is Jason from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I just want to say, first off, congrats to Shawn Porter. I didn't think he won the fight. A lot of people said it was a draw, but at the same time, I think Danny was his worst enemy because all he had to do was throw more punches just like Shawn was doing, and he probably would have came away with a decision, but his inactivity really cost him the fight.
Yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. But like I said, I mean, if you watch a lot of Danny Garcia's fights, it's somewhat of a pattern. It's somewhat of a not in all fights, but it's somewhat of a pattern where he looks fantastic in the first half and he slows down in the second half. Once again, he did this against Lamont Peterson. He did this against Zab Judah, but Zab Judah was a little bit different case because he got caught. He finally got caught with that left hand later in that fight, and that kind of changed the dynamic in that fight, you know. But he slowed down in a couple fights, so you know it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I thought it was about to be a draw though. When I heard them say two judges had it the same way, I thought it was about to be a majority draw, and that would have really annoyed me. Because I did not want to see, you know, I didn't want to walk away from this fight with no conclusion, you know. So regardless of, you know, who we thought won the fight, I mean, we got a conclusion. And now, you know, he advances in that bracket, in that welterweight bracket, you know. So he got to deal with that man. He got to deal with hashtag man down. That's just what it is, man. So, hey, man, but thanks for your call. I'm going to get to another one. All right, family?
All right.
All right. Take care, man. Take care. Yeah. Like I said, man. I mean, once again, it's okay. You know, it's like some people want to, you know, make it more than what it is. You know, you can say it's okay to say you thought Danny Garcia won the fight, but I mean, come on, man. Comparing it to Floyd Mayweather and saying there's no way Shawn won. I mean, we can't go that far. We can't go that far. And that's not what my man, you know, said. What's up?
That's like saying Oscar De La Hoya beat Floyd.
You said, say it again?
That's like saying Oscar De La Hoya beat Floyd in their fight.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, but the Maidana fight, I mean, just because, and realistically, it was just because Maidana did better than expected. That's the only reason, you know, people are even saying it was competitive, because he was expected to get dog walked. You know what I mean? He had that typical brawling style, and you got the technical king in Floyd Mayweather. So everybody expected him to win 12 rounds, you know, and it'd be over. So if he won 8 rounds to 4 or 9 rounds to 3, as opposed to 12 rounds to, you know, 12 to nothing, then, you know, that's a moral victory for the fans that was rooting for Maidana. And that's what it really comes down to. Yep. So, hey, let's take another call. Like I said, we ain't gonna be up too late on this one, y'all. But anyway, we're gonna take a couple calls and probably dip up out of here. We got 512. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
Hey, what's up, Dante? This is Cedric calling from Austin, Texas, man. How's everybody going?
It's good. It's good, family. What's on your mind, man?
Man, I just wanted to call, man, and give you guys props and everything, man. But regarding this fight tonight, I thought Porter pulled it off. I think Danny, he let it off the hook. He fades just like you said, in all these last fights he's been having. He fades towards, you know, later rounds, about 6, 7 rounds. He fades, and you know, I thought Porter pulled it off. And I love what Errol Spence did. I'm glad that he did. He kind of stepped out of his comfort zone, jumped in the ring.
Absolutely.
You know, I love what he did, and I expect Errol Spence to handle Porter. I expect his pops to throw the towel in, man.
Yeah, very possible. Very, very possible.
Yeah.
It's that type of fight, man.
Yeah.
It's that type of fight, man.
Absolutely.
Yep. So.
Yeah, man. I don't want to take up too much of your time, though, man. I just wanted to give you guys a shout out, man. I've been a long time listening to you guys. I'm very interested in see what Thurman does. And see what he comes back and do on his next fight, and see who he gets, and see if he can get back in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting just to see who he going to return against. Who he going to get in the ring with in that first fight. That alone is interesting. So I can't wait to hear that news. Maybe
I can make a recommendation.
What's that? What would it be?
Don't fight Ugas.
You said who? Who?
Don't fight Ugas.
Oh, you said don't fight Ugas.
I was gonna say Ugas.
Yeah. He ain't gonna fight Ugas.
I was gonna say Ugas.
He ain't gonna fight Ugas. Hey, I still wouldn't mind him fighting Jesse Vargas, man. I still wouldn't mind seeing that fight.
Absolutely.
That would be I think that would be a good return match. But Keith Thurman, he admitted that his people said that was basically not the route they wanted to go in their return, which we know what the translation is. They thought that was too tough of a fight for his first fight back, But man, he gonna have to step his game up, man, because it's some lions on steroids, and that's a metaphor, So don't take that literally, but man, it's going down in that welterweight division. It's some overgrown lions up in there all day, So we'll see. Hey man, but thanks for your call, Cedric. All right, man.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. One love.
All right, take care, man. Take care. So, yeah, man, it's going down in that welterweight division, and you still got Terrence Crawford against Jose Benavidez. Hey, man, I'm letting you guys know right now, I don't really like to announce, my special guest because you never know if they're going to pull out at the last minute, but I'm issuing a disclaimer if they do pull out. Don't be surprised. But, hey, you guys don't want to miss tomorrow's show, man. Tomorrow's show is going down like a plane crash. In the studio, we going to have Jose Benavidez and David Benavidez. They're going to be in the studio with us hanging out, y'all. So you guys don't want to miss the show. You want to call up and you want to ask them some questions, go ahead and call up. The show starts at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That's 9 o'clock Eastern tomorrow on Dante's Boxing Nation Radio. Yep. So anyway, with that being said, let's I'm gonna take another call, but before I do, Kirk, your boy Amir Khan, like I said earlier, he warmed up the stage for the big boys at the welterweight division. With his circus performance, because the boy is always entertaining. He's always entertaining. What did you think? He got knocked down. It's crazy. Like I was telling you off air, Kirk. 1 minute the boy looked like he's something special. For just a quick minute, you be like, boy, this is something special we looking at over here. Look at the speed. Look at those beautiful combinations. And then as soon as he gets clipped, you know what I'm saying? It was just, it's all the same story, basically. You know what I mean? So that's what we seen in this case. But this time, it wasn't against a Canelo that was 30 pounds bigger than him. It wasn't against an undefeated Danny Garcia. It was against Sam Vargas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was against Sam Vargas, a fight that was supposed to look like, just a tune-up. It turned out to be Ali Frazier. You know what I'm saying? It turned out to be Willie Pep's Sandy Sattler. You know what I mean? And it wasn't supposed to be that. So your thoughts on that? Is his career over with? How's he gonna get around all these welterweights? I know he wants Pacquiao. Your take, Kirk. Where he go from here?
His career is over as far as competing with the upper echelon, upper elite welterweight, because of his chin, he's not going to be able to withstand shots from guys like Terrence Crawford, Errol, Spence, Keith Thurman, who should, by the way, try and fight Amir Khan. I think that'll be a good look for him.
Yeah. Oh, you said Keith Thurman should try to fight Amir Khan.
I think so.
That would be good, but you notice Amir, he held bent on getting that Pacquiao fight, because the reporter really pushed him. He tried to get him to commit to fighting Kell Brook next. He was like, that's the fight that the fans want to see. And Amir Khan, he said, yeah, I know that. And then it was a big ass but. He said, I want to fight Manny Pacquiao. So you're right. That would be a great fight, Keith Thurman versus Amir Khan. But I don't think Amir Khan wants that. I think he may just try to pull what Pacquiao is trying to pull, realistically, which is that's why they need each other. Try to avoid fighting any of the top welterweights and just continue to fight guys at the bottom, of the top 50. You know what I'm saying, and keep collecting checks. That's pretty much what they're doing right now, especially Amir Khan. So that's what it is. I mean, even though Khan versus Pacquiao, that is a good fight. Don't get me wrong, that's a good fight. But the question is, where do they go from there? Where do they advance, on the bracket from there? I mean, that's the question. So, yeah.
Well, what's their final destination? Is Amir Khan's final fight going to be in Kilbrook in England? And then, what's for Pacquiao? Is he trying to fight Lomachenko? What's his final destination?
Pacquiao's final destination might be Mike Alvarez, man. The way he out there tripping. So I mean, I know. Didn't Lomachenko say the fight would have to be at a catch weight from when he was at 135? Oh no, that was when he was at 130 when he said that, right? Or no, I think I'm trying to remember did he say that at 135 or 130? But whatever it was, he said it had to be a catch weight. Lomachenko is definitely not comfortable with bigger fighters. For him to say that, and I mean, because we've seen once again Floyd Mayweather jump up 5 weight classes, and for him to need a catch weight, and once again Rigo moved up 2 weight classes with no catch weight for Lomachenko.
Right.
So when you look at the contrast, Lomachenko clearly is not comfortable with moving up in weight. Let me see.
Well, ain't quite sure. Rigo is 52 years old too, so I mean that wasn't it wasn't a matchup in his advantage, being in your 50s and then moving up 2 weight classes.
And let me say something real quick. Hey, I see somebody talking reckless in the comment section. Call in, man. Go ahead and call in. If you disagree with anything I'm saying, call in. You got the platform to get it off your chest right here. Don't let it pass. Only way you won't call in is deep down, I'm speaking the truth, and you don't want your talking points to be exposed. So yeah, anyway, that's what it is. So once again, call in if you disagree with anything I'm saying, Kirk saying, anything we saying that logically doesn't make sense. Even if you agree with what we saying, call in. But I prefer the ones that disagree with what I'm saying to call in. Y'all keep me awake for real. So anyway, let's go ahead. Let's take another call, Kirk. Once again, if you guys are going to call in, make sure y'all do it in the next 20 minutes because we're going to wrap this one up. I went and I got to say thanks to Shawn Porter because he wasn't the only one that won tonight. I told you guys before, originally I picked Shawn Porter to win this fight. And the closer we got to the fight, I picked Danny Garcia. The last week of the fight, I finally committed, and I picked Shawn Porter to win the fight. So since I was so committed to picking Shawn, I went down the street to the casino, placed my bet on Shawn, and like I said, Shawn ain't the only one that won. We won tonight. So I'm feeling good about that, man. So anyway, let me go ahead and take another call. What's up, Kirk?
I'm saying, there we go.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm feeling good about that. That's why I was about to be pissed off if they would have called it a draw. When I heard them say 2 judges had it the same way, I was about to be pissed off. But anyway, let's take another call. We got 720. What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
Shawn from Colorado.
What's going on, man? What's good? What's on your mind?
Man, I kind of think Danny should have got that fight.
Okay.
Or it could have been a draw, but I don't see how Shawn could have won. One judge had an 8-4. I don't see that.
Oh, you don't? So you don't even see? You can't even see Shawn winning this fight at all?
Nah, I could possibly see a draw, but that's about it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, see the thing. My bad. I got distracted. I just took a glimpse at the comment section right now. But anyway.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, once again, it was a close fight. It was an extremely close fight. I seen it either way. I mean, once again, Danny, he allowed it to be too close. He allowed it to be too close, and that was basically his fault. You know, he should have stepped. He should act like, you know, his career depended on this, which it did in a certain sense. You can see how emotional Danny was, you know, in the post-fight conference or the post-fight interview. So he should have stepped his game up. He allowed it to be too close, and like he said himself, like he admitted, it was a close fight. So, but once again,
I think it was a close fight, but Shawn wasn't really landing a lot of them punches. Like he threw out like 200 more, but he only slightly won, and the punches landed.
Absolutely.
And I was watching the fight with a friend, and I saw that Danny was catching a lot of Shawn's body shots with his elbows.
Yeah.
I don't think sometimes judges miss that. But, you know, again, Dante's point, Danny should have, I think, used his jab more. He should have just been a little bit more aggressive as far as throwing punches, just so that he leaves that impression on the judges that he's trying to win these rounds.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And another thing, I think there should be a certain set of rules the judges go by, because, I mean, all three of the judges, they only scored 4 of the 12 rounds the same, and that's kind of crazy to me. They should be watching the same. They should be looking for the same stuff.
But you know what, man? But a lot of that was like really like subjective, though. I mean, if the rounds were so close, I mean, it was really what you liked. I mean, because you had Danny that was more accurate. I thought he was landing more of the attractive blows, you know. But then you had Shawn with his activity, you know, with his reckless aggression or whatever you want to call it. But it was effective, though. It was effective. And it's like, you know, you gotta kind of decipher what you really like, because both fighters allowed it to be that close to where you almost have to flip a coin in some of those rounds. Now, in the first 3 rounds, Danny was winning decisively because Shawn was trying to box him, which I don't know why he did that. You know, he gave up those rounds easy. But once again, them later rounds, it got real close. It got really close. You know,
and I think Shawn might get stopped by Spence. He might get stopped.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I want to address this. Some guy here. Let me see. I want to try to go back to the comment, see if I can find it real quick. Go ahead,
I think
Kurt.
Danny might get stopped.
Danny, you said yeah. I think you know what, man? I think Errol Spence, he's gonna stop the majority of cats that he get in the ring with. I mean, I don't really see nobody. I don't really see nobody going 12 rounds with him. Not right now.
Right.
You know, so.
Right. Like it's a question of who goes the distance with Danny.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Mikey Garcia, I don't see that happening. If that fight happens, I don't see that happening. Maybe Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, maybe Crawford. I don't see Thurman making it either. He might catch a body shot.
Yeah.
And I want to say, this is one of the guys, one of the decals in the comment section, Rodolfo Jimenez. He said, Dante happy because the black man won. Why does that sound to me like? Why does that sound to me like he want to call a black person an N-word so bad? Why does it seem like that translates to that? Because once again, I would never think to say, you know, if Canelo wins, you know, and we watching ESPN Deportes and said, oh yeah, you know, y'all just happy that the Mexican guy won, et cetera, you know, or if we see the Filipino guys that travel all the way over here to cover Manny Pacquiao, and we know he's rooting for him, but that's normal. We don't even think to say stuff like that. And you know the person, Rodolfo, who just said that, you know he has never said that when it came to, you know, a Mexican guy winning, a Filipino guy winning, a white guy winning. You know he's never said this about Jim Lampley, you know, if Kelly Pavlik won, or Golovkin, if Golovkin won. You would only, you know, a person like that, he would only say that about a black person because we know what he really wants to call a black person. So we're gonna expose these racist decals. You know, I'm gonna put them all on blast. But anyway, let's go ahead and take another call. And you know what? And Rodolfo, if you want to call in, man, call in and we'll talk about some boxing, all right? You call in, we'll talk about some boxing. And we'll see,
Hey, thank you, Dante.
we'll see what.
Hey, thank you, Dante. Have a good night.
All right, take care, man. Take care, man. Let's go ahead and get to another call. Let's go ahead and get to another call. Once again, we winding down. So decals, man, if y'all want to call in, hurry up and call in, all right? All right, we got another one. We got 706. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Dante? This is Vito for Boxing and More.
Okay.
From Georgia.
From where?
Well, I'm from Georgia. I'm calling out of South Carolina.
Okay. All right. What's good?
Yeah, man. Congratulations on your win. Winning that little change or whatever.
Hey, good looking, man. God, shoot, we about to get some extra food and everything, man. Go ahead.
Hey, man, on this fight, man. I mean, you can't be mad at a close decision either way. Both of those guys did good work. I was rooting for Danny. He didn't win. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't mad at the decision. I felt like, if Danny had anybody to blame, it's himself for not being a little more active in there. In the spots where there were lulls in the action, Shawn Porter was the one doing the work, But at the same time, Danny has 2 losses. He's got some suspect decisions, but those 2 losses he gave a good account of himself.
He did.
Both of those losses.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you know what I'm saying? I mean, for all these people coming out saying, Danny was trash to start with, overrated, this, that, other. I don't know who they've been watching.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's not the Danny Garcia I've been watching for the last, almost 10 years or so. You know what I'm saying? The guy, he goes out there and gives it his all. Yeah. Sometimes it all just doesn't materialize into a, virtuoso blowout or, him just dominate somebody. He's in a lot of close fights.
And you making valid points, because I was kind of surprised how emotional Danny was in this fight. I mean, clearly he really wanted to win. I'm used to seeing those type of emotions, in those national tournaments in the amateurs. When these kids lose the silver gloves or something like that. When everything is on the line. I mean, you got to give Danny credit. I guess he had a lot of passion. He really, really wanted to win this fight because, like I said, I expected him to hide it. Because a lot of these fighters, they'll smile, right after the fight, they'll smile, oh, I won that fight. Oh, man, I beat him easy. And then they'll go to the dressing room and start crying. You know what I mean? But, right. In this case, and there's nothing wrong with that, because when you want to win, you want to win. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But Danny was really emotional. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with him being emotional. But that just clearly shows you he really wanted to win the fight. But like you just said, he should keep his head up. Danny should keep his head up because it was a great performance. It was a very close fight. Now, I think if Danny would have lost, 10 rounds to 2, or his dad would have jumped in and threw the towel, in the ring, then you could really lay your head down. But a performance like that, I thought, it could have went either way, so Danny has no reason to lay his head down. He really has no reason to lay his head down. And messing with Al Heyman, you really ain't got nothing to worry about, because Al Heyman gonna bring you back quick, fast, in a hurry, like week 2 in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? That's how he does it. You remember when Broner lost to Shawn Porter. That boy came back and fought for a title and made over $1 million. That's how Al Heyman and PBC does it. So Shawn and Kenny, or I should say Danny, he ain't got too much to worry about, man. So that's what that is. But thanks for your call, all right, man?
All right, man.
Take care. Take care, man. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much it. We'll take a couple more calls and get up out of here, Kirk. Let me see here. All right, we got 860. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Dante, Box Nation, what's going on, man? This is the Prince of Investors from the Investor Show. First of all, I want to call and say, hey, thank you for it. Congratulations on your platform.
Oh, good looking,
everything man. You're doing, everything you created, from one YouTuber to another. But the first thing I wanted to ask you was, do you think, looking at the fight itself, do you think that, I seen Angel, Danny Garcia's daddy say that, hey, it was politics, it was Al Heyman or whatnot, or whatever the case may be. Do you think the politics played
Did he say that?
a role in the decision?
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I saw one.
Go ahead, Kirk. I'll let you start that one.
Yeah, the press conference. He was like, it's politics.
No, it's not pouch. I think it's more so an upset father going off his emotions.
Yeah, I mean,
looking for any excuse aside from his son's performance, or maybe aside from his performance on pushing his son what to do, or maybe preparation leading up to the fight. And he's just angry. He's just an angry father right now. That's all that is.
And that's a natural response. That's a defaulted response, if you will. I mean, we're talking about we're not just talking about the trainer. We're talking about the father. You know what I mean? So of course he's going to say something like that. Now, if you hear like all other kind of people that ain't got no agenda or no ulterior motive, then you could, say, well, maybe we should, consider what this person is saying. But it's Angel Garcia saying it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I wouldn't take what Angel Garcia say serious at all. I mean, especially the stuff that he done said in the past, you can't really take it too damn serious. So, I mean, it was a close fight. It was a close fight, and that's just all it is, So they just got to go back to the drawing board, and they got to make sure next time they don't allow a fight like that to be that close. Once again, let me shout out my man Drew in the super chat section. I appreciate it, family, showing the love. He riding in that DBN tank. He said, Dante, you think Solomon will force him to fight Charlo Cinco de Mayo, 2019 WBC? Been kissing his ass since he said he'll fight for the belt now. Oh, and he's talking about Canelo. He said force Canelo. That's a good question, but he ain't going. Well, he can't force Canelo because Canelo don't even want to mess with the WBC belt. You know what I'm saying? So it don't really matter what Mauricio Solomon tries to do. Canelo's not going to fight for the belt, so now Canelo has two excuses. But the interesting thing is Canelo's people, they have been saying that they actually want to fight the Charlos and they want to fight Jacobs. Canelo didn't say it himself, but that's what his trainer said. He actually said that about a year ago at a fight that I was interviewing him, and he said that. So, but I'll believe it when I see it, though. I don't see Canelo or Golovkin fighting any of them dudes when it comes to Charlo, Andrade, and cats like that. I just don't see it going down, So, what about you, Kenny? You think it's going to Kirk, what about you? You think he's going to fight? He's going to fight or give up the belt if he wins the belt?
I think he'll give up the belt because Canelo's to a point where he doesn't need a belt. He can just fight. Every fight he has is an event.
Yeah.
So they'll make up some type of excuse, and he ain't fighting him. He ain't fighting none of them boys.
Yeah. No,
it's a different threat than when fighting Erizani Lara. Erizani Lara will box your ears off. Long time will knock you out.
Absolutely. And see, and the thing is, it's funny because this is almost worse for Golovkin than it is for Canelo. I mean, this is worse for Canelo because with Golovkin, everybody giving him this excuse. Oh man, you can retire. Oh, he's old now. This and that. But Canelo is still young. He's still young. And don't get me wrong, the age excuse for Golovkin is not valid at all. That's just an excuse if he doesn't fight, the best fighters. And if he does retire, even if it were true that Golovkin was too old, that's your fault. If, by the time, you had a chance to show you were the greatest or you were the best, you decided to retire at that time. It don't matter what the excuse is. History books, show that you didn't fight these guys. Just like if Muhammad Ali never fought against Joe Frazier, George Foreman, or any of these guys, it wouldn't really matter what the excuse was. If you didn't fight them, they're not on your resume. They're not on your resume. But with
I got a question for you, though.
But hold on, real quick. But with Canelo, like I said, once again, because he's younger, it's going to be really, really hard for him to justify not fighting some of the best fighters or the best fighters at the middleweight division. Go ahead, man.
Now, the question is, everybody says it's a close fight. Why nobody's talking about a possible rematch?
Well, because they got somewhat of a agreement already set up. I mean, this is almost set up like a tournament right now. There's no rematches in the tournament. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they can come back. They can come back after, the business after this is settled, and then they can fight each other. But there's bigger business at hand. I want to see a conclusion. We trying to find out who the best welterweight is. We want to see when the smoke settles, who's going to be standing. And if we got to keep watching rematches over and over, we'll be waiting to 2024 before we find out. So yeah, let's find out who the best is, and then after that, then have the rematches. But hey, thanks for your call, family. I appreciate it. All right, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for taking me.
All right, man. Take care, man. So yeah, man. No, we don't need no rematches right now. We got this tournament structure right now, right, Kirk? I mean,
we got too much going on. I mean, don't get me wrong. The matchups would a rematch, can be argued, but like you said, too much going on. Too many fighters. We gotta wrap this up.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up. That's it. We gotta wrap it up. I mean, once again, imagine if we had to have rematches in the Olympics. You over here waiting for the gold medal match, and you gotta now, they having rematches, and now it's delayed. So yeah, man, let's find out who the best is. I would rather, and I think all of us would rather see, regardless who you think is going to win, all of us would rather see Shawn Porter go up against the Truth, as opposed to him fighting against Danny Garcia again. So I mean, yeah, man, y'all could do all that later on. Let Danny Garcia build his confidence back up, get a couple wins, and then enter that tournament next season. You know what I'm saying? And have another shot or another go at Shawn Porter. Yep, that's how I see it.
That's one hell of a grand prize for Shawn Porter. You get your title, and then you get to fight Errol Spence.
Yeah. That's a hell of a prize. I mean, or is it a punishment? I don't know if I would call it a prize,
right.
But it's just,
right.
I know you was being sarcastic, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and take another call, man. This is too fun, man. We got 301. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
Hey, this is Slim from DC, man. I'm glad to see you back doing live shows. I thought Thailand turned you out. You wasn't coming back, brother.
Yeah. Well, damn near did turn me out, but we still got the live shows cracking, though. We ain't going to have no more delays, man. That's for sure, man. But good looking. What's on your mind, man?
Yeah. First of all, congrats on your success and what you do out here.
Oh,
and I had Shawn Porter winning the fight or a draw, but I didn't have Danny had any chance of winning the fight. I believe Shawn did a lot of things differently to show what was in his bag. And the problem with Danny is he's so robotic, it's hard for him to adjust to different styles. Mm-hmm. So that's what makes it difficult for him to actually, when he gets in tough fights against the better competition fighters, he kind of looks like he's searching for what to do at different times.
Yeah. He starts thinking too much. He starts thinking and waiting too much. And
one thing that this fight comes out is it actually, I really am interested in seeing how interested in Keith Thurman is in entering this tournament you're talking about. His comeback fight is either going to be a weak opponent he could look good against, or it has to be a tougher opponent he could be war ready for going into this tournament. So I'm really interested in who he decides to fight in this comeback fight and see if he's really interested in unifying the belt.
Yeah, aren't we all? We definitely gonna see. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see who he picks in his return bout. And I hear a lot of cats in the comment section saying that Danny needs a new trainer. I think we too quick to say that, man. I think every time when fighters lose, we hear this all the time in the comment section. And I mean, you gotta give credit when credit is due. I'm not gonna attribute all of Danny Garcia's success to his father, but it's been working. He's got him this far, and just because you have one or two setbacks, it doesn't necessarily mean he needs a new trainer. I mean, I don't care who's training Danny Garcia. He's still going to fight like Danny Garcia.
I totally agree. And the thing is with Danny, especially at 140, he had an impeccable resume at 140.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
So his competition level and the level of fighters that he has beaten is comparable to anybody he has fought since then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean the
resume.
People have to look at it both ways. If you're gonna blame the trainer on him losing, then you have to give the trainer the same credit for when he gets that big win. You know what I mean? It works both ways. Like, when he got that big win over Lucas Matisse, then you would have to say that was, that was all because he has this great trainer. It can't only work one way. So, yeah, that ain't going to change nothing. That ain't gonna change nothing.
I'm sorry.
My bad, man.
Go ahead, Kurt.
I was gonna say it's not like he's taking L's against bums. I mean, he's losing to Keith Thurman, who's undefeated.
Yes.
And Shawn Porter, very top fighter. So.
Excellent point. Because if you was in there losing against guys you should not be losing to, then you should think about a new trainer.
The story's different. The story's different if that happens. And lastly, as far as with the Canelo Triple G fight, even though I'm not a fan of either one of these guys for the different things they pulled, as far as Triple G ducking the middleweight division and the Clint Bluterall thing with Canelo, I really would like Canelo to win this fight because, as you said, if he wins this fight, he has less of an excuse to duck all these people that are in the middleweight division.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, man, it's going to be very, very difficult to justify avoiding. Just alone, just thinking like, who would be Canelo's next 3 opponents? Because, like I said, he's young, so it would make no sense for him to retire, and he can't avoid the 160-pound division. He can't go down. He can't go back down to 155 catch weight. He ain't going to go up to 168. So it's like, where does he go? Where does he go? He's
that 155 catch weight makes him a danger to fight Errol Spence, and I don't think he wants that rep.
No, there's no way he can go back down. He done got comfortable at 160. There's no way he can even get down to 155. What's that?
I can tell you who he'll fight at 160. He'll fight Gary O'Sullivan. He'll fight Gabe Rosado. He'll fight maybe Amar Murray.
Yeah. He might even fight Vanas Monterosian, So, man. I mean, but once again, man, they need to put that pressure on the boy. Hey, but once again, man, thanks. I'm going to get to another call. All right, family?
All right, do your thing, man. Much love from D.C., man. You got to come out here to the MGM and get some fights in, man.
Oh, for sure. I will definitely be out there in D.C., man. Good looking, man. Take care, man.
All right, brother.
Yep. Yeah, good stuff, man. But anyway, we about to wrap it up. I think I'm going to take one more call, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We got 302. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
Hey, I'm Naeem from Philly. Hey, listen, Dante, man, it's a real pleasure to speak with you and the rest of the team, man. I'm telling you, man, 50 to 100 years from now, we're going to point to this time period, and you primarily, Dante, has been the spark of this new media and this new age of boxers being held accountable, coaches being held accountable, trainers and the other media being held accountable to asking the real questions and forcing the real fights. I salute you and all the brothers, man, and all that y'all do, man, because y'all are really changing the game.
Man, oh man. Good looking, brother. Good looking. I appreciate 1,000%. That's what I'm talking about, man. I appreciate that. And it's just, and that's the reward, just to that the message resonates and everyone is getting what they want to see. Like you said, we getting to see fights we want to see. We seeing heavyweight champions exposing double standards that exist. All that kind of stuff is good stuff, man. It's good stuff for the sport of boxing, man. So, hey, dog, I really appreciate you saying that, man. It's glad that the message is resonating, man. So
yes, indeed, it is, man. Truly, man. You one of the best at it, man.
Thank you,
Not
sir.
to take anything away from anyone else, man.
Thank you,
but
sir.
Listen, brother, to the fight. The thing that resonated with me most, and I'll be real brief, man, the thing that resonated with me most, and Danny's a homeboy and all of that, but he did not show no real, he didn't show no disgust over the decision, man. And I was shocked by that.
Yeah.
Because he didn't really believe, to me, in his heart of hearts,
that he won the fight. Yeah.
And
yeah.
Exactly.
Because you great point. Because the emotion says it all. The body language said it all. If you thought you won the fight, you'd be like happy. You'd be jumping on the apron like, yeah, I know I won this fight and all kind of stuff. He, like I said, his body language, it told you how he felt. And then as soon as he opened his mouth to Jim Gray, he said it was a close fight. That tells you everything. That's what we're saying right now. It could have went either way. he understood that.
Yeah.
He understood that. And you know, the truth is the truth, man. The truth is the truth. And the truth is about to get in the ring with that boy Shawn
Great
Porter in a minute.
Dante. Man, appreciate y'all, man,
Thank
so
you,
much,
family.
man, and keep the content rolling, man. And I'm going to continue to support, brother.
Thank
peace,
you, sir.
Peace to y'all, man.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. That's what it is, man. That's like I said, man. That's the best reward that, you know, we could get in this sport of boxing, man. People that, you know, they caught on to this message. They, you know, they spread the word, and we got all kind of other people spreading the word. And that's what new media is about. You know, new media, the media members that show up at these fights, we cover the fights, and once again, ask the tough questions and put pressure on getting these fights that all the fans want to see, you know, and making sure that all fighters are treated and created equal. You know what I mean? Where everybody get the credit that they deserve at the end of the day. That's what it's supposed to be about, you know? So, yeah, man, with that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Anything you want to close out with, Kirk?
Nah, just another great night of boxing once again.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. So that's what it is. Once again, y'all, make sure you tune in to tomorrow's show. Man, it's going down. We got champions up in here, y'all. We got champions that's going to be in the studio with your boy Dante. We got David. We got the Benavidez brothers. They're going to be in here. So we got David Benavidez and Jose Benavidez. They will both be in the studio. Of course, Jose going to be talking about that fight that just got announced with Terrence Crawford. Big fight. And you got his brother, David Benavidez, who's most likely going to be fighting against Anthony Durrell. Another great fight. So tune in to the actual radio show. This was just a sporadic, random show right here, you know, that we do a live show, if you will. But tomorrow is the actual radio show. You don't want to miss it. It's going down like a plane crash, y'all, right here on Dante's Boxing Nation. Man, y'all already know what it is at the end of the damn day, man. Hashtag Dante's Boxing Nation. Hashtag Dante's Cooking Nation. Hashtag Decaf Busters. Hashtag Dante's News Nation. Hashtag New Media. We will see y'all tomorrow, man. 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern. We gonna get up out of here, man. Yep.